Hello, everybody. Let's see. Whoops, hold on. Can you guys see me or hear me? There I am on my screen. Good morning, y'all. Hello, hello, hello from Tennessee. Well, hello from Minnesota. Nice to see ya. Morning, Corrine. Hi, guys. Hello, Catherine. Look at, I just love this part. I think this is my favorite part of a live stream, is watching it populate with like all of my buddies and my friends. Look at. Hi, Susan from Texas. Probably a bit warmer where you are this morning. Oh, Jamie, thank you for the shadow thing. I kind of think so too, right? Because it makes such not a tough transition between the white background of the little thing that you're cutting, right? The little piece, and then the let me see if I can adjust this way just a little bit. Hi, Marietta. In Missouri. What part of Missouri, Marietta? Oh, thanks. Am I saying it right? Corrine? Is it Corrine? Corinne? Let me know. I hate being the one that butchers names because I'm married to a man who has a name that gets butchered all the time. Corinne, second one. Columbia, Marietta. Cool. I've been through Missouri in a bunch of different ways in my life. Got to go to Branson, fantastic Branson. Flag waving, tap shoeing, sequined Branson, where all the shows are rated PG by people that were cool back in the 50s and 60s, right? But I loved it. Good, Corinne. I just like, my husband's name is Ademola, which is because he's from Nigeria. Yep, Catherine getting the coffee on board. And so his name is Ademola, and he goes by Ade. But when people like Ade, A-D-E, so in English that's aid. So he gets Audi, he gets Abdi, he gets Adi. So I just don't assume with names. I always try to ask if I can help it. Yep, I'm getting the coffee on board. Susan, you've got tea. I like tea. I like chai tea and peppermint tea, and sometimes like lemon tea, but not all the time, and usually when like I'm sick or something like that. Corinne, my husband's name is definitely unusual. Yes. Oh, so that's the one reason why I'm kind of sad that we don't drink more tea in our house, because I would love to have more used tea bags. And when I do my coffee staining, I use coffee. So I should throw some like tea bags in there to help like me build up a supply of used tea bags. And then I've been really watching those there's a couple of tutorials now that, well, they're a little old, like a month or two. Some of them are a little older than that, where they're making like faux handmade paper, and part of what they put on there is like little bits of tea from the tea bag. Oh, cannot wait. Marietta, I don't know if I went to the Sight and Sound Theater. I was to like Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede. I went to, oh my gosh, the water fountains where there's a guy and he plays piano and then he plays two separate pianos at the same time. Dancing, waltzing fountains, something like that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Catherine, buy tea just for the crafty effect. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Penny, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you enjoyed those. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the kits that you got. So just so you guys know, on my table today, I have a My Porch Prints kit. Stephanie has this really awesome kit. And do you think I could tell you what it's called right now? Nope. But I'm making some little, it makes up into these adorable little tags. So, and it's on they're on bulb pins. And they totally go with the 2 journals that I'm making for my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So you get like a page full of these little tags, like different shaped tags. And then, then some of these cut apart. And then you get, more letters. So you get some of these, and I've been they come in one big sheet, obviously, but I've been cutting them apart. You get some of this, it's like a background paper, German writing. I'm thinking that's German. Don't quote me on that. But then also I've put out on my table some cheesecloth, some of the stamps that I have left over, some of my restock of little mini Tim Holtz paper clips, because these are the dang cutest things in the world. And I've got, I've got one of my many containers of buttons, and I've got some little mini beads. I thought maybe we could throw a bead or 2 on somehow. I don't know. So, yeah, so this is like a super cute kit. And when I saw it, oh, and Jamie, I've got some lace just for you. I put some lace out. Oh, and I've got some of these little, metal bits and pieces, little Tim Holtz pieces and stuff. I thought maybe I could throw some of those on. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. But you guys, I also brought something super fun. Okay, so Marietta, it's the production of the Bible. Oh yeah, that one is pretty cool. But I haven't ever seen it, but I've heard of it. Yeah. Okay, so here's the other fun thing that I brought along, you guys. Pardon me, I covered my cough. So don't worry, you're not getting COVID from me. So when I used to be a teacher for a while, when I worked in special ed, this was one of the, yep, Catherine, you're welcome. This is one of the things that we would use in our classrooms for like social skills things. And it's called Icebreakers. And when I came home, so it's like just a ton of cards in here. Look at, and they have super fun questions. You guys in for some fun? So this will give us something very interesting to talk about, so we don't end up talking about snakes. Carol, if you're here yet, no snake talks or spiders or gross entomology, bugs, beetles, nothing today. I'm cutting out these letters and I'm realizing I can't cut a circle. Yeah, you know what, Jamie? I cannot cut a circle either. Luckily, these are these are on black. They're black tags on black with just white around them, so it's a little more forgiving, but I can't, cutting a circle is silly. You've got Cards Against Humanity if we need to be. No, Corinne, we're not talking about it. Last time, ugh, yeah, gross. So anyway, on that front, look. So first, before we even start, let's say hi to everybody that's in here. I think we've seen, right? Okay, so we've got Corinne and Catherine, and Jamie, and I think Amy was here, Susan. Everybody say hi. Say where you're from. If you're from, hello, my name is Nikki Adigan. I have an Etsy shop called Musings by Nikki. I live in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, for 8 months of the year, and then it gets wicked hot for the rest. We have 1 week of spring and 1 week of fall, and we try to enjoy those as much as we can. Next. Muskegon, Michigan. Nice. Oh, hi, Diana. Diana from Singapore. Oh, just that one's on my list of places to go. Diana, all I hear is how it is in Singapore. Greenwood, South Carolina, with lots of time in Maine. Yeah, I'm jealous of the Maine thing. I think I could really live in Maine. I mean, heck, I can do the cold and the snow for sure. Let's see, we've got Jamie. Jamie's from Colorado. Houston, Texas. Been through there. Susan, are you born and raised in Texas? You have like a really sweet Texas accent. Texan accents are one of my favorites. Penny from York, Pennsylvania. Yes, Diana, please come to Singapore one day. I would love to. That one is on my bucket list. We could surely meet. That would be awesome. Oh, born in Philadelphia. So yeah, you do not have the Texan accent then. I love York, Pennsylvania. I don't know if I've been in York. I've been, yeah, brotherly love. I've been through Pennsylvania. I've been to parts of Pennsylvania, but I don't know that I've ever specifically been to York. Oh, you guys want to know what? Look at, here's my tip of the day. Last time it was like crunching up the bag and inking. I found this little skinny rubber band thing, and look at, when I'm not using my pin, I just put it in there. Now I try to remember. I try to remember to do it all the time. I don't always remember, but then I don't lose it on my desk. So I have just a little rubber band. It's pretty slicko. Harley Davidson. Aren't there a couple different Harley Davidson museums? I feel like. I'm just kind of gluing down some cheesecloth on this because they're like layered. They're layered kind of, but they're loose. So, and then I'm just putting a letter on or something. I don't know. You can watch what I'm doing. We'll see. Extra pins, but you can't find them. Oh, but like bulb pins. I love bulb pins. I'm actually getting low. This was like, oh, extra of these. Yeah. Isn't that kind of ironic that we buy extra pins because we don't want to, because we know we'll lose them, and then you can't find the ones that you bought extra? Smart. Gotta love it. Dee Dee, hello. Good morning. You didn't miss much. We're just all saying hi to each other so far, and I was asking people who's all here and where they're from. We've decided that I'm going to Singapore to meet Diane. Diana. I bought stainless steel pins. I know. I made the mistake of putting a not stainless steel pin in there one time, and that just rusted, and it turned my glue yellowy orange color, and like that was not cool. I'll put a little number on this one, maybe. Yeah, maybe a stamp. I haven't quite decided like where exactly in the book I'm going to put these yet. That's fine. Jamie, go take your phone calls. Oh, mess with like the yellow orangey glue. I mean, so in my head I was like, well, you know, oh, that's upside down. Whoopsie doodles. In my head I'm like, well, the orange glue makes it look extra vintage. Yeah. not not a good look when it seeps out. Hello, hold on. We're back again. Oops. Okay. Oh, I don't know why that happens. I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb. Whoa, crazy. Bear with me. Okay. I'm back. I don't have any idea why it gets disrupted sometimes. It just does. But okay, so yeah, vertigo. Sorry, guys. Okay, so if we get disrupted and I can't resume the same live stream, because of course this is only my second live. So if we get to the point where like we get totally cut off, I'll do like what I did last time and just change. I will just start a second new live stream that just says second try or something like that. And we can all just go over there. So now we've drilled on that and now we know what to do. I think I'm going to put a little charm on this one. Yeah, like that. I love these little things. Aren't these are the best. I wish they made like bigger packs of them. This one says number 247. Who knows? Oops, I put that on backwards. There we go. Cute. I really like these, you guys. What am I gonna, I don't know where I'm gonna put them. In her, these are porch prints. If you getting in here, these are from, yeah, Catherine, they're Tim Holtz number bars or whatever. I forget what they're called. I don't have that many of them left. But they have words on them, or like this one says travel. They say different things. What is this one? Some of them have numbers, just random numbers. This one says wish. So yeah, this one, what does this one say? Found. So I love the metal pieces. But I don't know, she's got these in her picture, these are porch prints. So in Stephanie's picture, she's got them literally hanging on like the edge of the book, which I think is a super awesome look. But then I'm kind of wondering, they're kind of big. And so I'm afraid they get all bent up, you know, as people try to like close the book or use the book at all. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe it's going to be one of those things where I do it just because I like the way it looks. And then I have to make the cover a little extra long to kind of like make sure that they have some space to exist without getting bent up. But yeah, it's a super fun little kit. And it, like I said, it totally goes. Hi, Anne. I'm doing good. I am feeling right as rain today after the stressful migraine event of the 2 days ago, and then yesterday's ensuing like nonstop crazy after headache thing. Put lace on the side of the page and pin them on. Well, that's what I was thinking. Here, let me show you. So here's my signature. Well, this is like, so they're going to be two like single signature books, but as you can see, they're already super alligatory and chunky. But I've got some tabs, so I could hang them from tabs like so. Or I've got some lace on there and they could hang from lace as well. I mean, don't you think, doesn't it look cool with a bunch of these like things, these big tags hanging off the side? That's kind of how she had them. And when I saw her picture, I was like, OMG, that would look perfect on my book. So I think what I'll probably do is I already have to make the cover a little bit longer so that the tabs don't get crushed. So, you know, maybe I just make it kind of a squishy soft cover. I don't know. We'll see what I do. We'll see. But for now, we're just going to keep making some tags. Maybe, you know, I'll put a few on and then maybe I'll just include a few in the little extras bag, and whoever wins them which Dee Dee is convinced that she's going to win them. So is Emily. So is Amy. So I think everybody is convinced that they're going to win. When everybody that wants to win wins the 2 journals that I'm making, then we'll see what I do with the rest of them. Oh, Jamie's going to win too. Everybody's going to win. Somehow we're going to loaves and fishes this journal, these 2 journals, and I will have 47 journals to now. Wouldn't that be magical? Although, would it be one of those things where it's like, it's not special anymore because if everybody has it, then everybody has it and it's not special anymore? Anne's going to win too. Kathy Johnson. Well, hi, Kathy Johnson. I don't think you should win either. That's my mom. Hi, Mom. Say hi to Kathy Johnson, my mama. I think I don't have official. Yeah, Catherine, for heaven's sake, it's Catherine. Jeanette, good strategy, right? If you say, I probably won't win, then that's how you win, right? If you say, it probably won't be me. That's how you win, right? Good strategy. Hi, Mama. My mama's hanging out with us today. All the way from the even colder north. Reverse psych. That's right, Jeanette. It's totally going to win. Watch you be the winner. That'll kill me, actually. That'll be hilarious. Now everybody's going to be like, oh, it's not me. It's not me. I'm not going to win. Where my mom is, there's still, how much snow do you still have on the ground there, Mom? We haven't had snow for a long time, but they still have a ton of snow. You guys got a ton of snow anyway. Yep, see, Catherine, hang your head in sorrow. Probably won't be me. It's not, I don't ever win. A couple of feet of snow still on the ground there. Jamie, do you guys still have snow in Colorado? I guess it totally kind of depends too on like what part of Colorado. I was thinking, Jamie, you're the one that loves the lace. Should I put the lace on the tag or should I try hanging it from the bulb pin or something? Finally all melted there. Jeanette, you've got the windows open in Germany. How warm is it there? I've got the windows open here. And I think it's only like 40 degrees or something Fahrenheit, but I kind of don't mind. I like having some fresh air. Like I said, when I put all my lights on up here in my craft studio, it gets warm. That kind of looks cute like that, huh? Just with space kind of hanging on there. 70? Jeanette, 70 Fahrenheit? My grandfather lives in Goose de Labrador. Oh, yes. Right, Anne? Is that, so we're talking like in Canada? Jeanette, wow. I didn't realize it would be that warm in Germany right now. However, I'm very ignorant to the climate in a lot of different locations. So I guess, you know, I don't exactly what the whole thing about like that it's different seasons and places that are not here just totally gets me confused anyway. 75, Catherine, 80s today. Yeah, we won't be that way for a while. Canada, yeah, and they've had, if you guys watch Wendy at all in Wendy's journal adventures, she just keeps talking about, like just the other day she filmed a video a day or two ago and was saying how they just got another like 10 inches or something. I think they get a ton of snow where she is. It's just craziness. Jeanette, you guys tend to be pretty mild. What part of Germany? Are you near mountains? Munich. Oh, okay. Germany's on the list too. I would love to go to Germany someday. I think I have some other little. I don't layer it up too much. I'm kind of happy with the way that is right there. Next. Okay, are you guys ready for our first question? I can come and stay with you, Jeanette. Sweet. I'll be on a plane as soon as we can fly places again without getting stopped at the border. I don't think we'll be flying to Germany or Singapore anytime soon. Sorry, Jeanette and Diana, but I would love to eventually. Okay, here you go, guys. If you missed the beginning when I told you what this was, when I used to work with special ed for like 5 years before I retired, and now I'm just full-time crafter at Homer and kind of homeschooly mommy, and purveyor of good times on YouTube Live. That's right. This is me doing my job right now. Anyway, we used to use these cards for like social skills things. So it was a chance to like get people talking and get some of our students used to like having conversations in social situations. So it's literally just, it says quirky questions to practice social skills. So there we go. So let's see. Our first icebreaker question. Everybody can answer. Oh, that's the back of the card, so that's not going to tell me anything. Okay. We're not doing that. Okay. If you could own any piece of technology, what would you own? And let's limit it. Let's say you can only own one piece of technology. So, I mean, if I think about it right now, I'm sitting here at my desk with my smartphone filming and my MacBook over there so I can watch the chat. And so now I'm trying to and then we have in our house, I think we have, depending on how many computers my husband has home from work, we have between 4 to 12 laptops at our house at any given time. My husband has studio computers in the basement. We all have smartphones. He also has an iPad. So think about all the pieces of technology. OMG. So the question is, if you could only own one piece of technology, what would you own? Ooh, Jeanette, that's a good one. A transporter. And have Scotty with it since he is in technology. Right? Because no one knows how to actually run the transporter. So you've got to have somebody who knows how to do that. I used to say that because when the girls were littler, we could go visit my mom more often, because my mom and dad and sister and brother and their families, because they weren't involved in sports and have jobs and theater and all the things, Nowadays, we're too busy. But I used to say I want a giant pneumatic tube between here and there so we could just go way easier and way quicker. But a transporter with Scotty to run it, that would be pretty awesome. A time machine. Ooh, Catherine, if you had a time machine, where would you go in it? Hey, Kathy. Hello from down under. Mom. A dishwasher. You guys, my mom has had when you're going to have a dishwasher put in and you have to clear out 2 cabinets because it has to go in usually right next to the sink. So there's the sink cabinet, and then right next to it, you need to have a cabinet that you're not using cleared out so that a dishwasher can go into it. So mom doesn't have a humongous kitchen, and you've got cabinet space is usually at a premium. But for I don't know, Mom, what, 5 or 6 years, she's had one cabinet that's been completely empty, waiting for a dishwasher to go into it. So yeah, Mom, a dishwasher. I totally get it. Kathy, it's 3:30 a.m. Goodness sake. So, when at the end of my videos, when I say have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is on whatever side of the planet you're on, You seriously are taking that like to heart. 3:30 a.m. That's pretty impressive. I feel very honored that you are here. Jeanette quotes Scotty. She can take any more, Captain. A phone that I can call my mom. That is far, far, far away. Oh, I know. Okay, so if I could only own one piece of technology, I think it would probably be my smartphone because I think it kind of can do all of the things that I would need it to do or that I would want it to be able to do, like to call, but I can also do, the internet and I guess I could try and run my Etsy shop from there. That'd be pretty difficult. Right, Jamie? Why isn't she Jamie, she's not sleeping because she's here to hang out with us. Just be happy. Everybody just be happy that she's here and impressed because when I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, I am not coherent enough to try and go and be on somebody's live stream. Just woke up and found you online. Oh, well, I'm so glad that you can be here. You guys down under, that's the one time zone that's really hard to account for. Although, Diana, what time is it in Singapore? Right? I didn't even think of that either. It's just hard to, try to get it so that people all over the whole planet can be in a live stream at the same time without somebody having to be up in the middle of the night. I don't think you guys would want to listen to me be up in the middle of the night, like trying to do a live stream. Ooh, that'd be not pretty. Go back in time and visit the great masters of art. That would be pretty cool. Okay, Diana, yep, it's getting late on you too. Midnight 30. And a toilet that cleans itself. That's called my 12-year-old. She actually enjoys cleaning. When she gets on a roll, it is awesome. I'll take it. Let's see, let's put a stampy on this one. Okay. So we've played out the technology question. Next. What 3 imaginary flavors of ice cream do you wish were real and why? Oh. Ooh. That's a good one. Jeanette has a whole apartment she can clean. Lots of my friends say that. She can come over to my house. Okay, 3 imaginary flavors of ice cream that you wish were real and why, but you don't even have to say the why thing. I think it's probably a thing somewhere, but I would eat the heck out of some Nutella ice cream or like Nutella espresso Nutella ice cream. I would so buy a lot of that. You have that, Jeanette? Nutella coffee ice cream? Oh my gosh. Oh, hi, Lizzie. Say hi to everybody, Lizzie. That's my daughter, Layla A. Jeanette, I think that is, oh, and there's my other daughter, Joy. Now we got my mom and my 2 girls. Joy Adigan would like Nutella coffee ice cream. Well, they mix it when you want. Oh, Jeanette, so like you can go to the store and you just ask them which things to put in there. Bubblegum ice cream. Yeah, Jamie, but then there's always that like there's a hunk of frozen bubblegum in there and it's like bust your teeth. Bust your teeth on frozen bubblegum. That's not very fun. Yeah, Joey likes Sour Patch Kids ice cream. That's just pretty much the epitome of disgusting, if you ask me. This lace, I want it to like lay flat. It's got a little kink in it. Well, let's put a button on this one. Let the gum thaw. Yeah, that's the only way to do it, because otherwise, whoa. Caribou coffee, caramel, chunky Snickers. Ooh. That would be a good combo. If they could make the popcorn taste as good as the Jelly Belly ones, then popcorn ice cream. That would kind of like combined, what am I doing? That would kind of combine like two really good snack foods at once. I'm going to put a button on that one. Okay, Vegemite. While we're on the topic, I've never tried it, but everybody says how disgusting it is, except for Australians. Raise your hand if you're a non-Australian that's tried Vegemite and actually likes it. Yep, Catherine. Oh, that's right, Jamie. Allergic to corn. I don't even know how you find food to eat. Corn is like in everything. Anne doesn't even care. She just wants ice cream. I agree. Nope, gross. Jeanette, I agree. Tried it, didn't like it. Catherine, yeah, Vegemite. Anne says, no. Lizzie, no, it's not veggies. It sounds like it, but it's not. It's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like a yeast thing, something, right? Like it's, Kathy, explain it to us. Vegemite, for my poor daughter who does not know what it is. Probably because there's just no way I'm ever bringing that product into my home. Have I heard of Marmite? Yes, I have. I don't know. I must confess that I don't know exactly what the difference is between that and Vegemite. Okay, yeah, like a yeast product, something. And then to put it in ice cream like that. You guys eat it on like, that one's cute, huh? I like the button on there. I like the button. Oops. And then I just threw it. If you guys had to say like one food, black salty paste. Catherine, that's what I've always heard people say. And then, so back when I ran the travel program, right, like I was kind of talking about before, one of the things we would do is like have, we would have students and people come from all over the world to come work in our travel program for like a different amounts of time. So we would always end up with people from Australia and yeah, leftover brewer's yeast extract. Sorry. So anyway, they would come and then they would always like, oh, we're gonna they bring like food from their country or whatever. And so the Aussies would always end up bringing tubes, like it comes out of like a toothpaste tube of Vegemite because, you know, it's their thing. So they would bring it and they'd always show it off and open, you know, offer everybody to have some. And I just couldn't ever do it. It looks like black salty paste. And they're always like, oh, we love it. We love it. And I would think, ooh, I just don't know if I can do that. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm back. Are we still here, guys? Ooh, I was able to recover again. For some reason, it'll tell me that it's like, let me okay. Yep, I'm refreshing right now so I can actually see. I don't know why it like the last time I did this, it totally cut me off. Now it just like all of a sudden it said, "Oh, we're it was like buffering and then it said lost the connection, but then I was able to reconnect." So, hello, welcome back everybody. I'm not gone. I'm still here. We didn't have to start a new one. We didn't have to start a new one. Okay. I know. I thought I lost you too. And then I was sad for a second, but here I am. Somebody at YouTube got incensed at the fact that we didn't like Vegemite. Blech. You're happy again, Catherine. I'm so glad that I could make your day just by resetting my live stream or whatever. So what are you guys doing right now? Are you just chilling with a cup of tea or coffee and watching and chatting, or are you crafting? Are you working on stuff? It was the tripe talk. Yeah, tripe's just kind of nasty. Depends on how it's cooked, I guess. I've had it okay. I make it for my husband. Jeanette, you're crafting? What are you working on? I saw that Dee Dee had to go deal with a dog accident earlier, I think. Watching me drinking coffee. It's one of the best things in the world, drinking some coffee. And talking about crafts. Coffee and crafts doesn't get much better. Butterfly journal for Louise Heinzel design team. I don't know if I know who she is. Louisa Heinzel. Marietta inking labels, forever inking. Dee Dee, I was just going to say, so I was going to say, I think Dee Dee was here as you were dealing with a dog accident, but still making face masks. God bless your soul. That woman has made, if you guys aren't friends with Dee Dee on Facebook, you won't have seen the picture of her daughter, Grace, holding up like, I don't even know how many now, because it's incredible the amount of face masks that she has sewn in the last few days. Anna's finishing coffee, cutting bits for your new snippet pieces. 130 face masks. Bless your heart, lady. That is incredible amount of face masks. Are your fingers sore from pleating and pins and stuff? Do you pin everything? Oh my goodness. That's a lot of work. Kathy, I believe you're in bed. I would be too. Although I might not be asleep, because honestly, middle of the night. Few burnt fingers. Burnt from your shoulders are so painful. Yes, Anne, Dee Dee is the queen of face masks. When I saw that picture of like your daughter with her arms lined with face masks and holding them like this, incredible the amount of work you guys have done. Oh, from the iron, I suppose, in the pleats. Sorry, guys, I was just looking at something for a second. The steam gets me all the time. Oh, steam on irons. Ouch. Okay, so back to the ice cream thing for just a second. Tell me if you've ever tried like one of those really disgusting flavors of ice cream. Like, you know how they have like peanut butter. I saw a peanut butter dill pickle one time. Did not try it because that sounds gross. But I saw that somebody had actually made that at a shop. We have a couple of like shops that do make their own homemade brands of ice cream. Yuck. I'm going to put this number hanging off the side. Kathy, don't like strawberry. I know somebody who's allergic to strawberry, so I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Ink the back. Should I be putting something on the back of these? If they're going to hang off the edge. Lobster ice cream. Yeah, pickles and peanut butter. It's not right. I think they were selling it as like a Elvis Presley thing, because like Elvis Presley apparently liked that jazz. That just sounds gross to me. Let's see. Let's put a little we're gonna put a little cog on this one. Yes, Kathy, you can ask what I'm making. So I am working on putting together my 2,000 subscriber giveaway journals. Two signatures, they're going to be single signature books. So I've got the 2 signatures ready. This is one of them. But then I saw that My Porch Prints had this super cool kit that makes up into these little like ball pin tags, like layered tags. So they go perfectly with my books. So I am making up some of the tags to probably like pin to some of the lace that I've got on here, or like put them onto the tabs, maybe put some eyelets through some of the tabs and do this like this. But because of that, as I was just putting this one together, I was like, oh, well, it's just blank on the back. So I'm kind of wondering if I should like double it up somehow, or if I should do something to the back. Should have decided, I know, with her designs kit, then I could have just inked it on the back. So yeah, we'll that in just a second. Let me finish putting this one together, and then I wonder if I just collage some stuff onto the back too. Double. That is true, Jeanette. I was just kind of thinking that too. Like if I did rip some of this part that came with the kit, if I ripped some of this up and put some of that and some stamps, the more junk I glue together, like the stronger the tag will be, right? Maybe I'll see how that looks. Let's just rip some of this. Yes, I'm hand ripping because I don't have a tear ruler, because I'm not like the cool kids. I was getting heck from Amy and Emily and Dee Dee the other day because they all have tear rulers, and I said I was jealous, and they're all like, why don't you own one? And I was like, I don't really know, but I could totally be using it right now, couldn't I? Kathy, no, you can write there. Oh, that's true too. You could totally write on the back. Like if it was on like a specific thing, you could write on the back about like what. There we go. Well, yes. Okay. So we'll just collage on top with one of these tags with this. Let's do this. Yep. We'll just do that. Look, is this German? Can you guys see it? Anybody? Anybody? Especially my German friend. I know, Amy, I could totally be using a tear ruler right now. Jeanette, not focused. Sorry. I'm pretty sure it is. I would try to read it, but that would just be hilarious. Let's see. But I see words on here. Jamie says it looks German. I know that's kind of what I was operating under that. I see a lot of words that look very German. Haben, offenbar, nicht, Beffer, und Friedenhaft. I don't even know what the heck it's saying. Pretty funny. Want to hear me read the whole sheet? I'm sure it would be nothing but amusing. Oh. Inking and inking, forever, ever inking, inking all the things forever and ever and ever. You guys, I was at we were at a wedding this last summer, and the little menus that were on our table. Sorry, I have to concentrate when I cut a straight line. So I have to stop talking when I cut a straight line. There were little menus on each place setting, and they had torn edges around the edge like this, and then they were inked with like a green ink. And Catherine, yes, I have thought about going into songwriting. I think I'm going to have to write some YouTube, like my own YouTube jingle about inking and inking, forever inking. Amusings by Nikki. Actually, my husband does write songs. Anyway, the menu that had stuff on the outside of it that had been inked, it was like a kind of this color. And I looked at my husband and I was like, Ade, guess what? That's vintage photo on there. And he was like, what? I'm like, it's vintage photo. I totally know that ink. I don't know if that makes me cool or lame. I already do have a few up my sleeve. The hits, the Musings by Nikki hits show, greatest hits album, will include such wonderful songs as the 44444 song from day 4444 of drawings, and also the inking forever inking song that will be part of that. That was the translation of the two words you got right. Did you save all the menus I could get? No, I didn't, because the paper they were on was just like regular cardstock. And then they had like flowers sitting on them. So they were kind of, they had this like greenery sitting on them. And so they were kind of moist. I know not everybody likes the word moist, but I was like, nope, they didn't make the cut for things that I would throw in my purse. Although, you know, I am definitely not above throwing things in my purse from places, especially like, you know, one of my favorite is my little Chili's bags that I get at Chili's restaurant. Oops. I'm sending little stampies going everywhere here. Yep, we put that one right there. Catherine, is that little man dabbing? It's like a dabbing smiley face. Please say yes. And I have never seen that before. A dabbing emoji. I have to pay a little bit more attention so I put these on in the right direction. Have you guys, he's dancing. He looks kind of almost like he's dabbing. Do you guys know what a dab is? I do, because I have teenagers in my house. Have you guys ever sewn in a signature upside down and then not realized it until you had sewn the signature before and behind it in the right side? Jamie, just keeps talking. Like, I would never do that to my husband. I would always just stop everything that I'm doing and pay complete attention right now. Ooh, there's a little metal button. That's kind of fun. You wrote a love song for your dog, Kathy? It sounds normal, Jamie. My dad is a pastor, so he can talk too. I think it's a pastor thing, because my pastor, who's also a very good friend of ours, he can spin a yarn for quite a while too. So after a certain point, you can start being like, yeah, And you're going to end up with all kinds of things you don't need in your house. Do we need eggs? Yep. We already have 3 dozen. Okay. Hold on a second. The coffee is taking full effect. I'm running to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. How often do you actually ignore your husbands like Jamie is doing right now, and Anne? I'll be right back. Woohoo! All right, I'm back. That was the quickest bathroom break ever. You want to know why I'm so good at doing that? Teachers don't get to pee at all during the day. And I even wash my hands for 20 seconds. But now I need to. Okay, Jamie, he's talking about the possibility of aliens and how we could be like ants. Is it a serious conversation? Jamie, look at Anne. She's got 24 rolls of toilet paper for just the 2 of us. Poor Jamie. She does not. Oh, yes, he's very serious. Catherine, yes. And Anne, the queen of the quick pee. When you are a teacher, you don't get to pee. Like class, right? Just leave your class alone, especially not when you're in special ed or when you're in high school and stuff. Then there's like 4-minute passing time, and during the hallway during the 4-minute passing time. So you can't go then. And even if you try to go then, every other teacher's trying to go then, so the bathroom is full. And you don't want to go in the student bathroom because ew. So you get really good at like holding it and then only getting to go like once or twice. And then when you do get to go, you get really good at like running and going as fast as you can. If that is TMI. Hi, Elaine from Vancouver, BC. Beautiful Vancouver. Welcome, welcome. Now he's changed into how much more technology our phones have versus our first computers. Okay, that though. So my dad, in addition to being a pastor, he does like technology, and so does my husband. And I always say, like, when I was single, when I was like 21 years old or something, he came down and upgraded my computer hard drive. And he was like, you're never gonna fill this thing up. It's like the biggest hard drive on the market. It's a whole gig. And I was like, what's a gig? And he's like, it's a gigabyte. It's huge. You'll never use it. And you'll never fill it up. Right? And now we have like little tiny chips that are the size of my pinky nail that are like hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes or terabytes. And I just think it's funny how I remember my dad saying like, oh, you'll never fill this thing up. It's a whole gigabyte. And now thinking back, like, but at that same time, I was still on dial-up service. Remember how fun that was? Until someone picked up the phone and then you were cut off and then you were ticked off because you were in the middle of a chat. Jeanette, your husband was working on the first X-scale computer, talking about boring conversations. I know, two terabyte external drives. Yep, me too. To keep all of my like digital design stuff on. Can you imagine? Like, I just think it's so hilarious how far we've come in my lifetime. And I'm only 43. How far are my kids going to be by the time they're 43 and they have kids? I just don't even want to think about it. Remember that, Mom, if you're still here, back when you were riding around in buggy? Just kidding. What's a husband? Don't get one. A walking bit of flesh that clean and cook. Oh my gosh. Mine doesn't cook very often, but he does clean. He's actually very, very helpful since fibromyalgia came into my life. He is really had to pick up a bunch of stuff that I used to do that shouldn't be stuff that he has to do in addition to all the other stuff he does, but he's a good one. I caught a good one. You remember being afraid to push the on button to the first computer ever in the world, and it was in your basement? You had oh, Mom, was it something that Grandpa, like from work, from Honeywell or something? Is that why you guys had I don't think I've ever heard that story. Kathy, you have a partner who doesn't live here and we've been together for 38 years. That is interesting setup. Mine's in the basement right now. I think he's working or he's listening to jazz or practicing music. I don't think my girls left. I think my girls left, which is not so great because we're supposed to be on lockdown. I don't know where they went. Oh, just kidding. I think they went to get water. We, here in Brooklyn Center, we're notorious for having really rotten water. And here's another little metal button. Cute. We have really rotten water, and so we have to buy it. We have like one of those dispenser things, and we have to buy it from the store and go refill our jug, our big water bottles. So I think they went to go do that. So it's legit. He just realized that you weren't listening, and he said that we don't have to worry until our dogs start needing cell phones, right? Oh, they already are. cell phone things, not like cell phones necessarily, but have you seen the things that are like, there's like video cameras for your dog to be you, and it's like a Nest thing or Ring cameras or whatever, so you can check in on your dog while you are. There we go. There's another one. You can check in on your dog while you're at work, and your dog can see you, so you can turn it on so you can say hi and be all like cute with your dog for a minute and stuff. Nice. And then there are also, I've seen a collar, like a dog collar that has some sort of transmitter on it, so that you can, like, if your dog something, you can start talking to your dog through the thing on the collar thing. So dogs needing cell phones, Jamie, maybe not that far off with that one. Padded rooms. We kind of already have one. My husband's studio downstairs. Your dog is snoring in bed. You know, I'm a total dog person. I love the idea of a dog, but I don't think that we can handle one. My allergies have kind of gotten worse. My husband, I think, is a little allergic too. But I think we just are busy, and even though we're home a lot of the time, I think that we would be responsible pet owners. So no dogs for us right now. So how many of you on here right now are in official, like government mandated in some fashion or another, like quarantine? How do you have to take this? It's my dog. Sorry, my dog is in need of some emotional support. I'll be right back. Sad part is there are some people that would be like, yes, go ahead, go take your support your dog. Okay, yeah, Jamie. So we were talking. So Amy, you're on lockdown. You seem to be excited, or is that totally fantastic? Because that would probably be me. Jamie, we were talking about this. Colorado, where you live, is on lockdown officially, and so are we here in Minnesota. But group sports is totally a thing. Like, there are people posting pictures of teenagers having basketball games, or adults having soccer games. Right here in our community, outdoors. Like, so, okay, it's outdoors, but it's still a group of people all in close quarters touching each other and stuff. Kathy, you guys have been asked to stay home except for shopping. For how long? Carol, you're here. Hello. So glad you're here. Amy, sarcastic, but happy to get spring cleaning done. Oh my gosh, I saw the funniest meme yesterday that said, for all this time, I've been saying that I would like to do a deep clean, but I haven't had a chance to, but I just don't have the time. And now I figured out that that's not the right excuse, because like, I have the time now and I still am not doing a deep clean. So clearly that wasn't the reason why I haven't done it. So Kathy, until further notice. Wow, that's just kind of nebulous. Marietta, you are home for retail sales mandated from surrounding counties till April 24th. We are just till the 10th. That's long. You had a video call with your grandson. Oh, he wanted to read you a story, Carol. That's beautiful. How old is he? That's so sweet. I'm so glad that you did that rather than to come here right away, because that's awesome that you got to see your grandson. Australia has shut down its airports. I just had one of my former colleagues post a picture. She was flying somewhere and she posted a picture of the airport and it was like empty. So I don't know here in the US, airports aren't shut down, I don't think. Right? He's 6 and he does it each day. Oh, Carol, you're a good grandma. That's pretty adorable. Yeah, no, like right, Marietta, airports aren't shut down. I know, isn't that sweet, Jamie? That's the kind of grandma I want to be someday. But also, I kind of made my girls pinky promise that they would never move very far away from me because I just don't know. I think I have separation anxiety already just thinking about it. Some people are like, oh, I can't wait for my kid to move out of the house. But honestly, I am not that way at all. Some days I'm like, yeah, get out. Australia, we're an island, so trying to keep people out. Well, Kathy, if you can essentially make that work, I mean, yeah, people can't really cross your border unless they fly in. That makes sense. Oh, Jeanette, yeah. Northern Italy is a mess right now. And you were told to stay home except for necessities. Wear masks and gloves and change them if you go in the house. Okay, see, Jamie, I'm not the only one. You hate that your 25-year-old doesn't live at home anymore. You miss him. That would be me. So I keep telling the girls, I'm like, that's fine. As much as I want them to be able to do things like go off and see the world and, you know, have all those adventures and stuff, I want them to come home to somewhere in the vicinity of where I live so that I can still see them and their, you know, future spouses and children. That one's kind of cute. Don't want my kids to leave. I miss my mom, like in reverse. Yeah, see, there's my mom. I miss our old kids. I miss my mom. I miss my mom and dad, and I'm the only one that of the three of us that doesn't live by them. So the other two get to see them fairly regularly. I do not. That's kind of sad. They all get to go have Sunday lunch with my mom and dad. My mom makes Sunday lunch after church every Sunday, clearly, because Sunday lunch happens on Sunday, not any other day. No gatherings here of 2 or more. Oh, Elaine, sorry to hear that. Carol, you told them. Today I had a story about an old lady that thought her hose was too small, so she took the hen, goat, and cow. When they left, her house felt bigger. Only in passing as of late, though, yeah. Why did I move away? Jamie, are you asking me or somebody else? Because if you're asking me, here's the lowdown on this. I did not move away. See, my mom, listen, I did not move away. You know, my whole family, when I was 20, my whole family picked up and moved away from me. How's that make you feel, huh? I was 20. I was down here in the Twin Cities, which is about 5 hours south of where they live now. I was down here, you know, going to college, working a full-time job, had my life kind of established down here. And then they decided, my mom and dad and my brother and sister, they all just packed up and moved 5 hours north and left me here. Well, didn't leave me here. I suppose I could have chosen to go, but who wants to live in the middle of nowhere when you're 20, when you've already got a life established down in the cities? So they all live up there. I know, poor me. They moved up there to, want to know the funny part? My parents, who both grew up in the Twin Cities as well, decided that they were going to go move to the middle of nowhere and be hay farmers. Yep. They got a hay farm, like 1,200 acres of alfalfa fields. They had never been farmers in their whole life. They didn't know how to fix machines or plant seeds or how to judge if alfalfa is good or not. But they were done with the corporate life down here. So they just packed up, bought a hay farm, moved to the middle of nowhere in the country, out like 5 hours away from me, and took my brother and sister with them. Well, they were, to their defense, they weren't really old enough to stay by themselves down here. I know, Jamie, thank you. Thank you for being sorry that I have such a mean mom. I did feel quite betrayed for quite a while. After lots and lots of therapy, after having really had to process this, spent thousands on therapy. So yeah, the natural order of things, having going away to college and moving away from your parents. I don't know how that goes because that never happened to me. They moved away from me. Or maybe you just didn't take the hints. You learned how to farm fast. Well, they sure did. They had to, because they had to figure out how to, farm their fields and stuff. Paid me off with a house. Well, again, mother, now, as an adult, I can look back at the house thing and be very grateful and thankful for the blessing that was. At the time, it felt like you were sticking me with a house, not paying me off with one. Did not feel the love. Oh my gosh. So my parents came into a house, inherited a house from my dad's brother who had passed away, inherited this house, and I was 20 and they were moving away, and it just so happened to be that this was the time that they inherited this house and needed to offload it because they didn't want to move north with having this house. So my dad's like, buy the house, we'll gift you the down payment, it'll be a really good investment. And I'm like, Dad, I'm 20, what do I need with a house? He's like, no, just trust me, you need the house. So Kathy Johnson, are you probably glad now? No, now she misses me. See? So they gave me the house. Well, they didn't give me the house. I bought the house, but for really cheap, and they gifted me the down payment. So really, I came out way ahead in the deal. And eventually we ended up selling the house to buy the one that we have now and made a bunch of money off of it. So I can't really complain too much. However, at the time, it did not feel like they were paying me off with the house. It felt like they were sticking me with a house that I wasn't quite sure that I actually ever really wanted. But now looking back, hindsight's 20/20. So it's all good. And yes, I do love my mom. I think my mom is probably one of the most amazing people that I know. I wish you all could know my mom. She's fantastic. She's a fantastic lady. Husband is still talking. Sorry, Jamie. Okay, new question. Susan, I agree. Let's pick one. Okay. Let's see. Oh, those are dumb. Let's pick another one. Okay. Tell about something you're looking forward to. Well, I think I can answer that for all of us. Getting out of quarantine. So there. How long have I had fibro? I've had fibro since, I've been diagnosed for about a year. But I think I've had it for 3. Okay, what do you think makes something beautiful? That's a good one. What do you guys think makes something beautiful? Think outside the box. What makes something beautiful? Now, if we're talking craft, I think ink. I think ink makes everything beautiful. What makes something beautiful? Are we talking people? The way we see it. Yes. Kathy, the human eye. Lace. Yep. Jamie, clearly a fan of the lace. Creativity. People knowing Jesus. Yes. Yes. Catherine Hawks. Hi, Nikki, and everyone had a long photo. Oh, hi, Gail. Hello, Gail. Welcome. So glad you could join us. We just, Gail, we just are doing, we're picking questions out of my icebreakers box from when I was teaching. And so the question was just a rather philosophical one. What makes something beautiful? What makes something beautiful? It's a very subjective type of question. Jesus in us. It has to be joy. It has to bring me joy. I love the feel of soft fabric. That is true. What makes something beautiful? What makes a person beautiful? I'm going to put a little more lace on this one, I think. Because Jamie says lace makes everything beautiful. So we'll put some lace on this one. I haven't even used any of my paper clips. Music. Oh, Marietta, I totally agree. And almost any kind of music. I'm one of those people that will listen to all different types of music. Like I love classical music and opera. I love jazz. I love modern pop music and stuff. Mostly listen to Christian contemporary. That's kind of what I listen to most of the time. But I will listen to just about anything. I wonder if I just put one of these right on the front here. The essence or spirit of someone or something. Okay, I think I like that. Look at, I just put a little paper clip on the front of that one. You know, these little baby paper clips are awesome. Hi, Judy. The night sky full of shining stars. Agreed. That's beautiful. I love these little paper clips, except for they really don't, they're not very practical. Like they don't really do a great job of holding anything on. But I kind of want to just put one on the side of one of these little guys and see how it does. We'll see how that does. Okay. Ooh, here's a good one. Tell about a bad habit that you need to break. What's a bad habit that you need to break? And I just read your comment and thought, I was reading it really quick and I saw, oh, the sound of baby's laughter. And I'm like, yep. And then I thought it said water rushing into the store. And I was like, the store? Why would water be rushing into the store? That sounds like a bad thing. Gail, procrastination. Boy, we could probably all say that. I don't know. Snacking, yes, especially right now during the during this time when the refrigerator is like a constant presence in our lives because it's just there all the time. Ignoring your husband. Yeah, that's probably not a good habit. Should probably break that one. We should be kind to our husbands. What's a bad habit I need to break? I don't know. I mean, I'm so perfect that it's really hard to know what I could ever possibly do to make myself better. I just honestly. Loving my clothes, having too many. Chew my lips. Not getting out of my chair. Humbleness. Is that a not so underhanded comment, mom. Procrastination, absolutely. And feeling that I cannot use some of my beautiful supplies. Yes, Elaine, what is that? Why do we do that? I do the same exact thing. I have like some supplies that are like my favorite things and I get them and then I don't use them. And then when I'm going to use them, it's like almost painful. And it makes me think whoever gets this journal or this project better super appreciate it because they just don't even know what I had to do to part with this thing. I don't know why. Jeanette, you can break that habit by buying more. Sometimes that's what I've done in the past. And now then I do this with like antique ephemera because I'm not a huge like antique shopper. So when I do run across having some or I find something on eBay or whatever, someone happy mails me something, I tend to hoard it and then I don't ever want to use it. Yes, my mom, you guys wonder where my craftiness comes from? Well, early life. My mom has had a craft closet for her. My whole life, there's always been some sort of craft closet in our house. But mom, you use your stuff. Like your stuff's practical for your kids club ministry and whatnot. I agree, Elaine. And it does stifle it because then you sit there and get in your head about like, not wanting to give up this thing. Catherine, by the time I get your supplies are dried up. Oh, like glue or inks or something getting dried up. I don't know if I've ever done that. Like one time I even, how dumb is this? Like I bought a new bottle of Fabri-Tac and my old one had just like this little skint of glue left in it. And I didn't even want to open the new one because then I was like, but then I won't have one in spare. So then I was shaking down the old one. Like where is that weird mentality come from? Tried buying more. Sometimes I buy multiple. That's helped. Well, mom says, but I tend to keep buying because it was on sale. The self-stick stuff does dry up, I suppose. Glue sticks dry up. Then they get like rubber. They don't work anymore. Bad habits. Okay, bad habit that you want to break. Oh no, I used to bite my nails a lot, for sure. But right now I don't even have to bite them. They're just peeling and falling apart on me. Okay. If you were given $100 that you must spend on someone else, how do you spend it? Ooh, that's a good one. If you were given $100 that you have to spend on someone else, how would you spend it? What would you buy? Besides craft stuff, I really don't buy myself tons of extra stuff. I usually end up spending it on the girls. But if someone just gave me $100 and said, you had to spend it on someone else right now, what would I do? What would I buy? Jamie would buy my digital kits and send them to other people. Oh, feel the love. I would benefit and others would too. That's actually extremely thoughtful. That's what I'm trying to do with my days of giveaway. Trying to make some people happy. Except for all the ones that don't win and then they're mad that they're not winning. We haven't done. Oh, I don't want to cover up that 62 though. That's kind of cool. I like this one. I don't know that I really want to cover it up. Maybe just a little skint of this. Ooh, your husband, the coffee maker he's been waiting for, just need extra 200. 2,000? What kind of coffee maker? Goodness sake. A lovely package of hand sanitizer and toilet paper. And you know who you can mail that to, Mom? Jamie, because she really could use it right now. She could really use the package of toilet paper. You could go pretty good with $100. You could get some stuff done with that. Unless you're trying to buy it from the price gougers on eBay right now, which is just utter ridiculousness. I would buy things for my grandchildren once I can see them again. Oh. Would the teepee come to you? Yes, Jamie. I would buy $100 worth of toilet paper, if I could find it, and send it to you. And you could have toilet paper once again in your home. What would I buy? $100. You know, I think one of the things that I really never get, and then I just don't, but like having flowers, fresh cut flowers in my house is something that I really, really like. I think it just brings the indoors into my house and I love it. I think it's just the smell. They don't even have to smell all that great. It's just cheerful. It's just wonderful. So I think what I would do is send flowers to a couple of people, because if the $100, you know, you can do a lot with $100. Look at mom. You can do a lot with $100, but you could also send, like, if you're just trying to cheer up a couple people's like lives, you could send a couple people flowers, and that's such a, I think sending flowers is almost like one of those things like sending mail. It's just kind of, not that it's a dinosaur, but it's kind of only fallen to like, you know, holidays and stuff like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day and stuff. But so I would just send some people randomly for no reason, like not because it's any specific holiday. I would send somebody some flowers, a couple people. They don't even have to be the big fancy expensive roses or anything. I'd just send them some flowers so they could have some prettiness. I haven't put any of this candle here. I used to be a waitress and I loved to go, oh, yeah, Jamie. Yes. Give a waitress $100 that couldn't work right now. Or like, you know, every once in a while you hear about someone walking in and just like leaving a huge tip. Just out of the blue, they had a good service and so they leave a big tip. That would be awesome. Family meals would gather around the table and talk for hours. Yeah, also a lost art, Elaine. Totally. Luckily, my family, we really try to prioritize having meals together because it's such a lost thing. A dinner cooked by a personal chef for my daughter's birthday on Monday because she can't go out with her hubby. No, that would be nice. Except for, can the personal chef go into their house? Because what if he has COVID? Maybe he could prepare it off site and then deliver it to the door, leave it, and then walk away, and then she could open the door and get it. Putting together a care package for a friend in Italy who's doing pretty bad with oh, geez. Yeah. Oh, man. You know, in addition to just all of the COVID stuff, you think about the people in Italy that are dealing with death and sickness all around them. You know, some countries are a lot worse. Flowers and drop it off at the doorsteps of the elderly. That would be nice. My husband and I like to buy someone's dinner at a restaurant. That is so kind, Catherine. A party to celebrate my big birthday this year. Carol, what's your big birthday this year? You turning 30? The big 29? Susan Lowe. Prayer journals. That's awesome. To fellow Sunday school teachers. Something tells me you've already done some of that. Just saying. Wow, that is such a wonderful idea, Catherine. Yeah. When we were in, so if you were on my last live stream, I was telling you about how I ran this travel company for a while. And when we were in London, we were at this Italian restaurant And there was a big group of us. I think there were like 10 or 11. So myself and another coworker, and then we had several people with disabilities with us, disabled travelers. And when we got the bill, it said paid at the bottom. I mean, and it's a significant bill, right? When you've got that many people, and this was a fairly decent restaurant. And so it said paid. And then when our waitress came over, I was like, I asked Kayleen, the other lady that was there with me, my coworker, I said, did you already pay the bill? And she said, no. And I said, so what do you think this is? They're confused. So I went up to the waitress and said, I don't understand. And she said, actually, a couple that just left was just so impressed with what you guys were doing. And so they paid for our entire bill. And when I looked down at it, I think the total of the bill was over 200 pounds. So they had just picked it up and then paid for it and left. And that sticks with me to this day. That was such a kind gesture. And the thought behind it, and then they left before they even told anybody, because it wasn't even about them. That was so awesome. Jamie, you say your 19-year-old was at the store the other day and he bought an old man's groceries. It was only 20 and the man cried and said, thank you. Now I can buy newspaper I couldn't afford. Ugh. See, we just don't know, do we? Like that whole thing about, smiling at somebody because it might be the only love or smile or good thoughts that they see all day. That really is a really real thing. Especially right now. Not that we see people very often because we're supposed to all be staying indoors and everything. But man, even the smallest little things that you can do. I could send flowers because I think you can probably still send flowers right now. That would be a good one. Okay. I bought a man his takeaway chips one day after I talked. Here our Christian radio station is KTIS, and they have a thing called the drive-through difference that they do. And so every first Friday of the month, they encourage people to go around, and when you're in the drive-through, you buy the person ahead of you's meal, or the person behind you. It goes behind you, sorry. So you say, I'd like to pay for whatever the person, when you pull up to the window, I'd like to pay for whatever the person behind me has. And I tell you what, I know that the people that get their meal paid for are probably happy. How much they appreciate it, or how much it impacts them is variable, but it makes you feel so good to do it. It's pretty awesome to be the one perpetrating the love. I like that one. Okay. What? Oh, did you say how old you were going to be, Carol? You did not. Are you hiding, Carol? Are you not trying to tell us how big your big birthday? You can't say you're going to celebrate your big birthday and then don't ever actually tell us. Okay. Let's see. That one. If you could grow up to be famous, what would you want to be famous for? If you could grow up, this is taking the leap that we're all going to grow up someday. So if you could grow up to be famous, what would you want to be famous for? Your Uncle Tim bought us dinner last night, all the way from Young America. How did he do that, Mom? P.S. You live in a little tiny town. How in the world did he do that? Catherine, are you saying it's too late for you to grow up? Mom, credit card to where? Aren't your restaurants closed? Oh, no. You said, what? Are they both? Where my mom lives, there's 2 whole restaurants. That's how little town that they are in. Are they both doing takeaway, Mom? Or is it just Jordan's? I know I saw Jordan's doing something. Some like a meal of the day thing on their Facebook or something. If you could be famous for it, it would be curing all the illness. Now, Kathy, that would be actually really, you would be the most amazing, popular person on the planet right now if you could manage to cure all the illness. You would be a number one. That wouldn't be very hard to be famous for that. Shining light does take away. Yeah, okay. Do any of you guys live in a small town? Or are you all in bigger towns? And by small town, I mean the population of my mom's town is, I think I like the lace behind it. I think it's contested, but the sign says something like 220 people or something. I make beaded angels I work in retail. I keep a few of them in my pocket and give them to who need to pick me up. That's very sweet, Anne. Ooh, Elaine, that's a good one. I would love to be like Jane Austen. If I could write like Jane Austen, oh my gosh. She's absolutely one of my faves. Mom, yeah, 200 people. Dee Dee does? Dee Dee, is your town that small? Big suburban area for you, Amy. Yeah, me too. The town I grew up in had a population of 300. You have to zoom out 3 times from our house on Google Maps before seeing another house. Jamie, yours is small, but not that small. I'm like in a first-ring suburb of Minneapolis, so we're the opposite of small. I mean, our town's population technically is small, but I mean, we're surrounded. Kathy, you have fibro and scoliosis, and you're over them both? Yep. Yeah, I've been over it for a long minute. That doesn't seem to get me anywhere, being over them. So I just got to figure out how to deal. Crafting is probably the number one thing that like keeps my mind off of it a lot of the time. You guys are all pretty fantastic. This is part of the reason why we do this stuff. Spread some joy, have a few laughs, get to talk to other people while we're in isolation. Although, in a couple hours, I do get to go to church. We're not having a service, but I'm the music director at our church. And we are recording, like pre-recording music for the next 2 weeks of Sundays. So I do get to go do that. So I get to see my praise team, which I haven't seen them for like 2 weeks now, which is just feels like forever. So that's kind of cool. Dee Dee, sort of. We technically live in Masonville, which is about 200, but we're part of Loveland, which is now like 50,000. Is it you, Dee Dee? Dee Dee gets to live on a street called Mason Jar Road, right? That's you, right, Dee Dee? It's either you or Amy. Nope, I think it's you. You live in Masonville. Do you seriously live in Masonville on Mason Jar Road? I want to live on Mason Jar Road. That is probably one of the coolest. That is probably one of the coolest street names I've ever heard of. Mason Jar Road? I love mason jars. I actually have a whole bunch of pens and pencils in them all over the place. I want to live on Mason Jar Road. Do I sound like a pouty kid now? I want to live on Mason Jar Road. You know Masonville, and it's one of the best places in the world. You guys, I don't know why I just thought of this, but my girls and I are like huge fans of Gilmore Girls, the TV show. Now, if you don't live in America, you might not know this one, as it is an American TV show from the 90s. It's not even like a new show, but we really like the Gilmore Girls, and they live in a fictional town called Stars Hollow. That is where I want to live. So if Masonville is like Stars Hollow, I'm in. We'll move there. And then I'm going to live on Mason Jar Road too. And then Dadey and I can get together and craft and craft and craft and craft every single day. And forget to feed our families. But dang it, we'll have some good crafting time. Elaine lives in a big city. You've been enjoying watching people who live in the countryside film their walks in the forest and fields. Jibbid. Do you guys all follow Jibbid? I mean, if you don't follow Jibbid. Catherine, you want to come too to Stars Hollow / Masonville? Can you imagine if we created a commune? Masonville would be considered a fictional place. They still have a general store. Yep. I'll move there and open a Luke's Diner, and we'll gather and drink coffee and have quirky festivals all year long. Oh no, it's not that cool, but you should totally come and we'll hang out and craft and play together. Yep. All right, that's it. Next time a house comes available on Mason Jar Road, you just let me know, Dee Dee, and I'll be right over. I'm pretty sure I can talk my husband into it. The sound logic behind buying a house in Masonville just because it's on Mason Jar Road totally seems logical to me. Yes to Jibbid, right, Elaine? Okay, Jibbid. She is like, if you could, okay, sorry. I have to gather my feelings about Jibbid. I could sit and listen to Jibbid Neary talk about her books for hours and hours with her beautiful accent and her calm, smooth demeanor. And then she what, Dee Dee? 4.2 million. Psh, got it. Done. Let me just sell another journal and then that'll top me off. I'll be right there. Better be a good place though, if I'm going to spend that kind of money to move to Mason Jar Road. Anyway, back to Jibbid. Jibbid, if you don't watch her, then you're living under a rock or something. You totally got to go look at Jibbid. She doesn't put out many videos, sometimes only like a couple a year, it feels like. But as soon as she does, it is like always fantastic. Her work is beautiful. But it's not only that, it's just like the way she describes things and the thought she puts into them. It's just beautiful. And it's like, as you listen to her talk about her journals and stuff, I could just sit and listen to it for a long time. But she has been, she films like walks in the country or takes pictures and posts them on her Instagram. And I can just sit and flip through those as well. Just beautiful. Right, Elaine? Her voice is so soothing and her work is beautiful. And she does do well of capturing nature. And you have to go. Your house is calling. Okay, well, have a great afternoon. I'm so glad, Anne, that you could come by and hang out with us for a little while. We'll see you again. We'll probably hang out another time sometime next week because, we're all locked down. We got nothing better to do. Well, we probably have lots better to do, but we're choosing to do this. Dee Dee, you're going to win the lottery. Awesome. When you do, will you buy me the $4.2 million house on Mason Jar Road? And some flowers. Send me some flowers. Once you buy it for me, send me some flowers inside and I'll come hang out. Kathy Nolan, are you going to finally go back to sleep? As it is now like the wee small hours of the morning. Oh, it's all for the land. The house is yucky. It's 5 a.m. The house is yucky for $4.2 million. Then I don't know if I want it. Well, here's the thing. You're going to have to win a much bigger lottery so you can buy me the house or the land, apparently, and pay to have a new house built there. You want to see it? What's the address? I bet if you just go on like the interwebs, Jamie, and search Masonville, apparently it's not that big a town. You could probably find the joint pretty easily, especially with a price tag like that. Shnikes. You guys, I've actually like gotten a decent amount of these things done over here. We can build, oh, right, Jamie. It's next to the general store, Dee Dee. Okay. So here's the plan. Here's the plan. Since we can build several new homes, because if there's that, it was like a ton of acreage, right? And water rights. So that's where we build. It's ideal for building the Crafty commune. And so then we all convince our spouses that we need to move there. And then we all move there. And then we put on the side of the general store, we like set up a little cafe, like a Luke's Diner. But we don't have to call it Luke's Diner. We can call it Nikki's Diner, or, you know, whoever wants to be the proprietor of the diner, you can put it there. And then we can all live together, and then like we can send our kids to schools, and during the day when the kids are all at school, we just all get together and craft and chat and laugh and drink a lot of obscene amounts of coffee, because coffee will be ubiquitous in this scenario. I just want you to know that there will definitely be all of the coffee that we could ever need in our Craftyville. The general store used to be this jail, and it still has the cells. This place sounds pretty fantastic, Dee Dee. It kind of sounds like a Kathy Nolan. Yeah, you're going to have to, the move for some of us will not be as dramatically pricey as it will be for others. You're having to come from across an ocean. So that's a little extreme. So you're gonna have to save. Well, but also then when Dee Dee wins the lottery, we won't have to worry about money. Money will be no object. She'll just sponsor the whole thing. That's the plan. Dee Dee's gonna win the lottery, sponsor this whole mess. Your childhood pictures were you in the jail. Is it in the Wild West? Well, Colorado kind of is, yeah. Colorado is beautiful. If you haven't been, I hope you get to be someday. Go running through there. "12-hour flight for you, Sue. Where are you, Sue?" "12-hour flight." I'm trying to think. To get to Colorado. It's like a 13-hour drive for me. Should we do a bright red button? Why not? Just throw that on there. Okay, Sue, you're in the UK. Yes, going back in time, flying from Australia to here. Ooh, all right. So look at all the things I've made, you guys. Just like, do you do this? Are you like me? At the end of like, okay, you know, you've got to move on and go do other things with your life. And so you've got to stop crafting for a little while. Do you do like what I'm doing right now, where you line all of the things that you made up, or you thumb through, you go through all the things that you just made to make yourself feel like, wow, those are really great. And I can't believe I was just super productive. Look at what I got done. That's what I'm doing right now. And yes, I do this on a regular basis. I'll flip through all the things I made or whatever, and I'm like, look at all the things that I made. That's what I'm doing right now. So you can all do it with me. Everybody, ooh, look at all the things I made. Things and stuff and things. That's right. Look at them with me. Oh, just a retreat house, Jamie. That sounds good. A retreat house would be fun. You like the one with the red button? I know. I kind of just threw that on there and I kind of like it. So I might replace the button with it. I have a couple of other cool, like, well, or maybe put them on the next ones. That's kind of a cool, like, magenta. Oops. I really need to go through this pile of buttons because I got them at like a garage sale, and there have been some really cool ones in here, but then there are also just a whole bunch of like weird cheesy pieces of weirdness. Plastic stuff. Yep, and leave them arranged on your desk for till the end of the day, so when you pass by you can feel over wonderful. I agree. Sometimes when I'm done, if I actually do straighten a little bit, usually when I'm done kind of crafting for a while, I kind of try to at least clear up the main area right here so that I can come back to some sort of semblance of normal. Or if I need to pull my computer down from up there where I keep it, then I can put it down on top of this for a minute. But otherwise, if I've like when I've completed a signature or something, I'll make sure that I definitely leave that sitting in the middle, because then I can come back and be like, oh, look how productive I was. Feel good all over again. I totally feel you on that one, Elaine. So then or if I made a bunch of tags or something, or if I have done a bunch of fussy cutting, I like to, just kind of like look through all the things that I've fussy cut. But now that I have my scan and cut, well, I don't know. It's still pretty impressive. The scan and cut actually cuts better than I ever like fussy cut on my own. I would usually on a flower, I'd skip over some of the bits that are like really tiny, and it goes right in and cuts all of it. So it is kind of fun to look at the fussy cuts out of there too. Anywho, I do need to probably get running because, like I said, I am the music director at our church and I have to get ready because we have to go to church and pre-record our music. So I have to go la 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 me. I have to get my voice ready to go. And I have to print out the music and get ready to go do that. But hey, here's the great thing. If you ever want to know what me singing real songs, not just the 4 song, if you want to know what it actually sounds like me singing real songs, you'll get to know, because tomorrow I will have there will be a video of me singing leading worship on my channel. So maybe I'll link that over on my Facebook page or something. That'd be really fun. You can see me singing regular real songs, not just the ridiculousness that I make up. Oh, wow. Jamie just sent me, sorry, I got totally distracted for a second. Jamie just sent me a picture of the Masonville store. That is so cool. I totally want to go there now. All right. Okay, so anyway, I do need to get going. Yeah, justifying a scan and cut. It was tough, but I saved up for it, and then I can write it off as a business expense. Which isn't even, it makes me feel like I'm being devious somehow, but I'm not. Tech legit is a business expense. So I am going to quickly, before we go, I'm going to pick a number and we're going to do another oh my goodness, super secret giveaway. Now, if I pick the number, if it's Joy or Lizzie or Kathy Johnson, they don't get to win. So do you hear that, Jamie? If it's Lele A or Joy Adigan or Kathy Johnson, sorry, dudes, you don't get to win. So 1 through 22, I pick number 14. Let's see, number 14. Who's the lucky numero? 14. 14. Hold on, guys. Jamie, my fantastic assistant. Jeanette! Are you still here, Jeanette? Have I seen her? Did she leave already? Or are you still here? Jeanette? Jeanette! You win! You're the big winner of this super secret live giveaway. So I will tell you my email address is exactly, it's super easy. Just look on your screen. See my channel name? It's called Nikki Adigan. Just smash that all together and say @gmail.com and let me know what 5 kits you want out of my shop. 5. See, that's the 5 sound, guys. So congratulations, Jeanette. So glad that you could come hang out with us. And let's cover you in some digis. Also, I quickly at some point today recording my giveaway for day 8 of 19. So look for that sometime by evening, depending on how quick I have to run and get to church and stuff. But at some point today, I will put out another video for drawing for day 8 of our giveaway. So if you did not just win right now because you're not Jeanette, then you didn't win just right now. So if you're not Jeanette and you didn't just win, look for the video. If you're not entered in my 19 days of giveaways, then go do that, because if you like free digis, then you should be entered. So unless you don't like my free digis, and then that's fine. Only amazing people are Jeanette. I agree. All right. So thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with me. This is fun. This is so fun. And I think as long as we're still all hooked into our houses and shut in and locked down, if y'all want to keep coming and hanging out, then we'll just keep doing it. So maybe early next week, we'll have another one of these. And that way we can all hang out and you can watch me do whatever it is I'm doing on my desk, and we can chat some more, because it's something fun to like get our minds off all the other craziness. And you know, you guys are fantastic people. I love like hearing about your lives and learning different things, like about your countries and where you live, and that people actually live on things like called Mason Jar Road, and and that I'm not the only one that thinks that Vegemite's gross. So, and I haven't even tasted it. Anyway, congratulations, Jeanette. Send me an email. And everybody else, I will see you at my drawing, and then again tomorrow for another drawing, and Monday for another drawing, and we'll just keep drawing until 19 days are done. All right, guys, have a wonderful morning or afternoon or rest of the evening or whatever it is, wherever you live. Or Kathy, I hope you're getting some sleep. Diana, get some sleep. She probably had to leave to go get some sleep. So I will see you guys all again very soon, sometime in the near future. Take care. Be blessed. God bless everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you again for being so lovely and wonderful and helpful. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.